What am I doing with my fucking life? Oh, hello there! My name is Nina. I haven't noticed you because you're a fucking camera, not a real person. It's really hard filming like this, but that doesn't matter because welcome to my channel, the No Snail Club, which is run by a teenager who thinks they're funny. Who tries to convince themselves they're funny. Sorry for the mistake. And today we're gonna be touching upon some media that brings tears to my eyes, which is anatomically impossible since I don't drink water. And it's called Pui Pui Molcar. Let's begin. The structure of the video will be really simple. First of all, spoiler warning. If you don't want to get any spoilers for the Pui Pui Molcar plot and multiverse, just skip this video. Second, I just introduced you to the world and the characters. Then I'm gonna talk about every episode's plot in grave detail, explaining what happens, how it happens, what characters are involved, and stuff like that. Third, I explain the deep lore of Pui Pui Molcar, and then the video ends. So let's start the video! Yay! I still can't get used to this. You're not a real person, you're a camera. But a real person is watching this. Okay, the main premise of the show is guinea pigs but cars. It's all animated in a beautiful stop motion style. And the guinea pigs look really cute. I want to just grab them and squeeze them so hard they explode. But in a loving way, you know? And the people are shown as little toy soldiers that are, like, in comparison to the guinea pigs, are pretty small. But when they get into the guinea pig, they're shown to be as normal live-action actors, which is pretty cool. And every time they get into the guinea pig, they buckle their seatbelt. Now is my favorite part. I'm gonna list you all of the characters and you will see how they look. There's a lot of them. I will first, I'll list them in the order they are on the wiki. And unlike the wiki, I'm gonna add some comments about how one of the guinea pigs became a fucking zombie and the other one became really beautiful. But I'm gonna show you the pictures first. Wait, I'm gonna show you the pictures while I'm saying their names. I'm sorry. Okay, let's go. The first guinea pig is the potato. He's seen first in the first episode, and we are shown his driver several times, and there's a party at his house at some time. Also, there's Shiromu. It's the white guinea pig with green wheels. She becomes a zombie in one of the episodes. Next is Abby. I don't know. I'm just gonna... I don't know what gender they are. I don't want to misgender guinea pig cars. I'm sorry. The next one is Abby. In one of the episodes, his fucking owner decides that, oh, I'm gonna give him a paint job and make him look like an anime car. And he does. And he feels really sad about it. But then he goes back to normal. Then is Choco. She's just adorable. I love her. She doesn't change. Then is Teddy, and in the zombie apocalypse episode, he gets a minigun. And why? Why give a guinea pig a minigun? A minigun? Minigun. These are the 5 main characters that actually have names, and some of them are actually shown to have owners, and we see some of their owners, but not all of them. We only see mostly 2 of them in the original show, but in the Pui Pui Molcar driving school show, we see most of their owners. I think all of them. Next is the GJ Molcar. There's the emergency Molcar. I think it's an ambulance. There's the police Molcar, the taxi Molcar, the garbage Molcar, the hamburger Molcar that appears only in several episodes and is one of the main characters in the zombie apocalypse episode, the treasure Molcar, which becomes beautiful in one of the episodes after being really stinky, a red Molcar that's called a post Molcar, a wedding Molcar that transforms in the ice skating episode, the sushi Molcar, the time-traveling Molcar that's supposed to be a reference to the Back to the Future movie with two of similar characters. It's pretty cool. The genie Molcar, the green Molcar, another Coco Molcar, a light brown Molcar, and a darker brown Molcar, but it's not as dark as Coco. It's not as dark as Choco. It's just like darkish gray. I hope you know what I mean. A Molcar that's called Banana with two spots near its eyes that makes it look like a panda, but because it's brown, it doesn't look like a panda. A Molcar that looks like Hamtaro. A Molcar with blue and green wheels and pink spots. I don't know. I think this Molcar is called Dandelions. Dandelions. And it often eats dandelions. Wow. Skunk. He smells good. Ringer. A gray Molcar with purple wheels and purple ears. Gamashio. And it's told that he rarely appears, and honestly, I've seen him only once. I think that's true. A chocolate mint ice cream Molcar that's basically several spots of brown and one spot that's light blue and one spot that's light green. What the fuck? There's two of them that they're basically the same and have a really similar pattern, but one of them has a darker pattern and the other one has lighter. And one of them is called Ten and the other one is called Ton. Rose, the one with the earrings, this is hard, I'm sorry. And in the driving school Molcar thing, actually, their owner is cool. They are cool. I love how that thing looks. Kid, it's a Molcar with a pink mask. Flattle, I don't know. He's just a background character, but he has a name. A Molcar with red eyes that looks like a bunny, but it isn't. A Molcar that's called Odd and has three colors on it, which is not odd at all because there was literally a Molcar that's pink, and there's a Molcar that's blue and green, and okay, moving on. A black Molcar, a pink Molcar that's called Pom, a Molcar that's called Chai from India, a Molcar that looks like a hamster. Honestly, all of them look like hamsters, but nothing else. That loves sand and is like sand colored with brown spots. Another pink Molcar, but now this one has a little thing on its head. A thing that's called Croquette that likes cats, which is rare for Molcars. Peter, and he's actually one of the driving school attendees, and also there's the next Molcar is like a gray grandma Molcar, and her nickname is Granny, yes, of course. And there are two more characters that I didn't mention. One of them is a cat that's called Chappie, and the other one is a normal real-life guinea pig, which name I can't pronounce. Tsumugi? I hope I say it right. And also there's 4 human characters. Not really 4. There's 3 robbers, but they count as one character. There's Potato's driver, and we actually see her several times. There's Teddy's driver, there's Abby's driver, and there's 3 robbers that are pretty cool. Also, there's the DJ car's driver, but we're never given a name. Now we talk about the plot. And there's 11 episodes in total of the main show and 3 more episodes of the driving school. But I'm only going to talk about the main show, and I think it's pretty cool. Okay, first episode. The Potato and his driver, I don't know. And Potato and the driver are stuck in traffic, and it's a really long line, and it's kind of frustrating. But behind them approaches an ambulance that shows that inside there's like, I think, a husband and a wife, and the wife is in a coma or something, or just generally passed out, and the husband looked really distraught. And the Molcar is like, God damn, I have to do something because I'm a Molcar. I don't know. So our Potato finds out a way by putting the other Molcar on his back and forcing it to go on top of all of the other Molcars. And then he does that, and then the other Molcar does that, and every Molcar just runs on top of the line, and everybody just run over. And then it's shown that everything, the traffic and stuff, was caused by some guy that was just looking at videos of guinea pigs and liking them, while his Molcar was listening to music. His Molcar is the DJ Molcar. So everybody just like runs them over, the Molcar gets flattened, he poops out his driver and runs away. A bunch of police come in and just tackle him. And it's a fun start. Then all of the Molcars run around and have a fun time. There's like a flood of Molcars. It's super cool. But then, I'm sorry, I said I'm not gonna talk about the Pui Pui Molcar driving school. But then, in the driving school, it says that you're not allowed to do that. That was against the law. All of them should have went to jail, or at least gotten a fine. But that's illegal. The more you know. Second episode, just as lighthearted. No, I'm fucking kidding. It's about judgment. It's about guilt. It's about robbery, and it's awesome. It's actually one of my favorites. It's probably on the top 3. So, the white Molcar that I don't remember the name, that becomes a zombie at some point, but it's not this episode, is just like hanging out with its owner. The owner leaves and gives him like a treat, some lettuce. It's munching on it. It's having a great time. But then the bank next door gets robbed by robbers, and it's super intense. And they get into the Molcar. They give him a little mask so everybody would know that it's a robber car, and he runs for his life because he's literally threatened by a gun. But the robbers fasten their seatbelts, so it's all good. So he's running from the police. He's scared. The robbers like throw some carrots. The police gets distracted, and they get away. But actually, he was pooping out the money this whole time and leaves like a trail of money that the police could follow. In the robber's hideout, he's backed into a corner. He's sad. He's crying. Shit's awful. Everything is just awful. The robbers are having a party. They're like, yeah, we have a bunch of money. They open the bagajnik. I'm sorry. They open the Molcar, take the money, and see that there's nothing left because he pooped it all out. The police come in, arrest the robbers, approach the white Molcar, and give him a medal for pooping out all of the money. Awesome episodes. I really like the parallels between this episode and Crime and Punishment of Dostoevsky. I see the parallels. No, I don't. It's not. I see the intense parallels and the emotional torment of the white Molcar trying to understand, did he do the right thing? It's really intense. Okay, this episode is about Abby, the Molcar that has like the cool haircut. and then becomes a magical girl for an episode, then comes back. So this Molcar is left out in the sun during a really hard day outside of a restaurant in a parking lot. And at some point, it finds out that there's a cat inside of it. And it's terrified. It does like this thing with its eyes where he closes his eyes in like the outside and looks inside of himself. They can do that. And he sees the cat and he's just terrified. All of the Molcars are terrified. They hide from him. And now he's stuck in the sun. And then he realizes that inside of him is super hot and the cat is probably dying. So he does the decision. First tries to cool off the cat by going into the shade and making every Molcar really scared because there's a cat there. But then he realizes, like, nah, we have to go into the restaurant and break it to get some juice. Yes. So they do that. The restaurant fucking explodes and it turns into a pool party. It's great. And it's revealed to be incredibly illegal. As I said, in the Pui Pui Molcar driving school series, it's revealed to be highly illegal for Molcars to go into buildings and make pool parties by exploding the building. Yeah, I'll show you a clip, you'll understand what happened. It's impossible to explain. This episode deals with Teddy. You know the fluffy brown Molcar? Yes, that one. It's more of a grayish, but still. So his owner isn't like sitting with the fastened seatbelt, and he's just evil. He's eating chips and he's throwing it out of the... I'm sorry, I feel like I'm a child YouTuber because I have to be so energetic, but I'm just passionate about this. And you subscribed or you clicked on the video, so you know what you were doing. So never mind. So he's eating chips, he throws out the food, and Teddy eats the garbage. And the owner is like, but realizes it's fine, so he keeps doing that. And Teddy keeps eating it, but then he finds a whole thing of trash and eats it. His stomach gets upset and he runs really fast to the Pui Pui Molcar restroom and he poops out all of the trash and his owner, that's trash as well, onto the restaurant and everybody laughs. But here in this episode, it's revealed another weird thing about their anatomy. So I guess their cabin is an extension of their stomach, just like in Dragon Pilots, you know, where the dragons are controlled from their stomach by like pressing certain parts. So maybe it's the same here as well, because when he eats too much trash, it just goes out into the cabin, meaning that the cabin is either an intestine or a bigger stomach that he just doesn't use. So that's a fun thing. And as you noticed, this episode and the last one dealt with really like human nature problems, like leaving cats in what the fuck am I talking about? Leaving cats in cars when it's really hot outside, or literally littering instead of throwing it out into the trash can. So some social commentary on our society. Pui Pui Molcar is the best show. Fight me. Fight me over it. It is the best show. It wasn't a statement, it was a fact. Okay, this episode is a race, so every Molcar, mainly the main cast, is lined up. Everybody is ready to go. Abby gets jetpack upgrades from its owner. And the owner thing is really hard because sometimes he does insane shit and sometimes he acts like a nerd by painting his Molcar into a magical girl. So never mind, he gets like upgrades, but they don't work when the race starts. And every other Molcar starts without him. Potato literally somehow just crashes into something while every other Molcar is running. Then they get super cool upgrades. I think Teddy, and he crashes into the wall, but really fast. And when it pans back to the starting line with Abby and being really slow, one of the rockets just flies out without him when it starts, hits the box with the upgrades that are like fat carrots with a lightning that makes the Molcar go fast, and every Molcar is just disappointed and just wants to eat the carrots. Abby goes off, finally starting the race, but when he gets to the point where everybody almost near the finish line, but everybody's eating carrots and nobody wants to share. So in a depressed fit, he just keeps going, like crying and stuff, and he wins the race. And all good is it's all good. And his grand prize is a giant carrot with some salad around it. And every Molcar is jealous, even though they deserve to, because they didn't share. Because they're not true communists. Since sharing is caring. You know. So, after that, every Molcar gets to eat something, but he gets a big carrot, and that's what matters. This is a hard episode to talk about because I can't see any propaganda in it or any deep meaning. But I think the deep meaning is about spirituality and how fast you can reach it. When people are obsessed over materialistic goods, they can't see the important things, as portrayed by every Molcar eating the fast carrots while not caring about their friend. I relate to that episode. It got dark, so I turned on the lights. I was filming for a really long time. This episode is a zombie apocalypse episode. The setting is a bit different. It's not the city like we're used to. It's the desert with a bunch of cactuses, and we are also shown a different kind of animal except for the Molcar and except for the cat, and it's several birds that are just chilling there. So, the white Molcar and Teddy are running away from zombies. They run into one of the, a warehouse, and Teddy gets cool upgrades to fight zombies. He gets like a thing, I don't know, armor to protect him, and a fucking minigun. Why does he get a fight? And we're not even shown the owners, so maybe the owners are one of the zombies and they're just running around on their own. It's hard to explain, but he gets a minigun and he guns down the zombies and they're running around being evil and stuff while Hamburger Molcar, you remember Hamburger Molcar when I was talking about the characters, right? So Hamburger Molcar is just walking around, it's really hot. He sees all of this. He blows into the whistle and says, "Hey, stop," and gives them his hamburger. They divided, with his help by whistling, they divided into the meat and the veggies. The veggies go to the white Molcar and Teddy, and the meat goes to the zombies. But because the zombies are like munching down on the meat, they accidentally bite the white Molcar. And boom, White Molcar is now a zombie. And actually, he stays that way for several episodes. I don't think he changes. He doesn't change back, does he? So now White Molcar is a zombie. This is a hardcore commentary about consumerism and how it can destroy your life by literally turning you into the zombie. Maybe it's vegan propaganda as well, because only the zombies are eating meat, while the good characters eat veggies. Okay, this is one of the cool episodes. We see the Indiana Jones treasure hunting character. He went through a journey. He went through mud. He went through everything. Blood, sweat, tears. He got the golden carrot by following the map. He comes back, but every Molcar, instead of being amazed by him, are disgusted because he's stinky. He's so stinky. He's just stinky, and they're terrified. And actually, one of the shots, we see two side characters. We see the mint chocolate ice cream one that's 3 colors, and we see the genie one. It's not important, I just think that it's pretty cool. So the main cast, mainly the one with the mainly potato, the brown one with the flowers, and an additional white Molcar, they're scared and disgusted, so they make him go to the washer, like the Molcar washer, but he's actually scared. So they devise a plan by painting a carrot golden. They put it in the end of it, give him a map and say, yo, golden carrot, go get it. And he goes through it, and he's super clean and fabulous. And he likes it so much, he goes through a bunch of times, so many times, that he becomes so clean that the Molcars need glasses to look at him. And he's just glamorous. He's a glamorous boy. I love him. He's a glamorous boy. This is a deep episode about how society doesn't care about what you did. It only cares about your looks and your presentation. It links back to one of, My Little Prince? I don't think it's My Little Prince, it's just The Little Prince. It's the French thing, the Petit Prince. I don't know, fuck it. And one of the astronomers that found a really cool asteroid wasn't accepted by the space loving community, because he was wearing his clothes that weren't professional. But then next time he wore clothes that are professional, and everybody thinks that he's cool now. So this is a commentary about how personal biases change the way that people perceive you, and no matter how hard you work or what you do, you will be only loved when you're appealing to the eye. Okay, this one is a classic thriller, running around, awesome, I don't know, a thing. It's sort of a spy, because the glammed up Indiana Jones, without the hat anymore, is kidnapped by evil people, just evil. And he has to be saved by 2 Molcars that are professional spies. And those Molcars successfully save him, but a giant flying mecha shark appears and starts laser blasting them, so one of them has to chase him down up to the sky, and uses a really cool animation, creates a bomb, poops it out into the shark, and the shark explodes. I don't know. This breaks the stereotype that the damsel in distress has to be a woman, because Indiana Jones thing, I think he's not a woman. He's not portrayed as one, but he's saved by a woman because she has like pretty things on top of her head. This episode is basically a dance party. It starts with the exposition that it's snowing and everything is frozen up, so it's super slippery. And it shows 2 human characters. They are the leads of the episode, which is really rare for Pui Pui Molcar, but I guess cool on them. So they're the leads. It's a woman and a man, and the man seems like super excited for something and super nervous. But we're distracted by a police Molcar just chasing a Molcar, but slipping with its siren, and it starts sort of dancing because it's trying to get up. So it gets up, falls down, and it looks like dancing, and all of the Molcars decide, we're gonna dance. And there's a big musical number. It's awesome. It's well choreographed. I love the beautiful dances. It's just awesome. And in the end, the guy proposes to the girl. He uses his ring as a hula hoop. For some reason, it's super big. As a hula hoop, and makes her wear, it does like this thing, and she appears to become a beautiful bride. And the marriage, the the marriage Molcar rides away into the sunset. Remember the marriage Molcar? Of course you don't, because you didn't listen. I'm sorry I can't yell. My grandma is sleeping. This is an episode I've been hyping up a really long time. I wasn't actually hyping up, but I was referring to it several times. This is the episode where Abby gets a paint job. He wanted, or she, I don't know, they wanted to be a superhero and have a superhero paint job. So there's a whole training montage of them hitting a bat, of them hitting stuff, training, lifting up weights, and then their stupid owner does a paint job, and now they're a magical girl, and it's super annoying, and they become really self-conscious and think everybody's laughing at them when the stupid owner goes to an anime store. Oh my god, I'm sorry. But the animation of the magical girl actually looks pretty cool. So Abby is really sad. They hide somewhere and cry, but then they see that a cat is stuck on top of a tree and nobody can get it down. And the magical girl that's drawn on them decides, I'm gonna use my powers. Does like a blink thing, a magical heart stone appears, places it on their forehead. They do a whole magical girl transformation, get golden wings, save the thing, everybody compliments them, and the owner is super happy. This is an episode about how you have to fit in people's expectations and adapt to your current situation. Even if you don't like it, you have to. Okay, almost done. 2 more episodes to go. I know it looks like it's night and there's only a faint light that is illuminating me, but I'm sorry. This episode is a copy or a parody of the Back to the Future movie. It's about this insane scientist, some kid, and the time-traveling Molcar. They go back in time, take a photo with some prehistoric people, show off a picture book that explains human evolution, and then they meet a giant guinea pig. And it explained that Molcars evolved from guinea pigs. And they became from a, how can I put it? From a biological thing with flesh and blood to plush toys. But it doesn't matter. And weirdly, we're shown a similar guinea pig in the first episode that the DJ, the owner of the DJ car, is liking a post with the guinea pig. So did they branch out, or was he liking a prehistoric essay-esque video on TikTok? It's not confirmed nor denied, and it's really confusing. But getting back to the episode, they give the Molcar a sweater because it's really cold. They leave, and in the future, oh my god, every Molcar has a sweater now. The end. Last episode, and it actually shows how conscious and smart the Molcars are. So Potato, our main Molcar from the first episode, is coming back with her owner. The owner falls asleep right when they get to the house. Potato gets a blanket, puts the owner on the couch while entering the home. How does it happen? I don't know. This is too confusing for me. It's actually not confusing because I measured how big he probably could squeeze in, because they're not made of, they're not mecha. They're soft, so they could squeeze in. And the house is pretty big with a really abnormally high ceiling. So I guess it's self-explanatory. So he puts the owner on the couch, places a blanket, takes her phone, sends a sticker to the Molcar group chat and says, "Let's party!" And all of the Molcars are like, "Yeah, on my way!" And the entire town of Molcars, including the police, arrive and have a rave party. They dance around, they go batshit crazy, The owner at some point wakes up and all of them hide, and it looks really funny because they're bad at hiding because they're so big. But the owner, for some reason, doesn't. Actually, one of the Molcars somehow fit into a really small vase, into a really small like pot, and it's kind of funny, but I'm a bit concerned. How did that happen? So the owner wakes up, everybody's hiding, she goes back to sleep, they keep having a rave party, and in the end of the episode, the owner wakes up, or the driver of the Molcar, and sees that there's a bunch of Molcar asleep in her house, while Potato, or another Molcar, I can't remember for sure, is sleeping in her bed. The end. End of the series. Oh god. And that's it. I'm gonna add a bit of lore and recap every lore thing I ever talked about. How the Molcars are actually an evolution of the normal guinea pig that's made of flesh and bones. But for some reason, it's shown in the first episode that those guinea pigs exist in the real world as well, or they're just, I don't know. It's shown that there aren't any dogs in the show, and this is one of the first shows and the show actually passed the Bechdel test because we don't know none of the genders of the Molcar, and we can't confirm nor deny that they were talking about male people. So maybe two Molcars talked about, I don't know, carrots at some point, and they passed the Bechdel test. We did it. Other lore things are that the Molcar's stomach is a bit weird. I'm sure that the carriage or the cabin part is just an extension of the stomach, or maybe it's like a part of the intestines, because everything in the stomach you can poop out. And like everything in the cabin, the Molcars can poop out. That means it's a part of their intestines. They weirdly can, like, they have a wheel inside of it. Maybe they evolved that way, but I don't think so. Maybe it's just an additional thing. And is it slimy there? Because it's all pink inside of a Molcar. Is it just kind of slimy and fleshy and it smells weird? And one more thing. I think that it was only shown in one episode, as I already told you, that you can like look, the Molcars can close their eyes and open their eyes inside of themselves, which is weird. And also there's a thermostat in them, and they eat really weirdly, because it's always shown that sometimes the characters take things out of them and give them like carrots or lettuce, like in the second, I think, episode, like the guy took it out of the Molcar and gave it to the Molcar back to eat. Is it like vomiting it out and then eating it back again? Or is it just, oh god, this is confusing. Maybe they have two types of digestive systems, one for like the bigger things and one for the normal things. The bigger things are where the cabin is, and when they can sometimes like extend their normal digestive stuff, but they can poop out of both of them. Yes, that's probably how the Molcar anatomy works. Okay, this is the end of the episode. Yay! And in the next episode, I'm gonna show you how to get salmonella real quick. A salmonella speedrun, if you will. Actually, I'm better than some of the YouTubers that promise you something that will happen in the next episode and then don't do it. Good. Looking at you. And I'm gonna do it now. Let's go. Egg. Thank you for watching. Thank you for finishing the video. Thank you for sitting through 40 minutes of a kid talking about stop motion animation and cars that are guinea pigs and guinea pigs that are cars. This means a lot to me. Next time I'll try this setup where I don't have to look down at you, and it's in my room with better lighting. And maybe I'll try a smaller video with just like reaction. Maybe I'll find a stupid TikTok and talk about it for an hour. Maybe I'll find a stupid tweet or something. But thank you. I'll probably soon enough I'll make my videos shorter, and I'll make several social media aside from YouTube, like I don't know, Twitter and Instagram is cringe. I'm sorry, no Instagram. Maybe Twitter. Twitter is worse, but still, I need to have something else. So that's it. Thank you for watching once again. You have no idea how much this means to me. I hope you have a great day, a great night, a great evening, great anything. Stay safe out there because a lot of stuff is happening. Bye.